Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer. Glad to have you with us.
You're listening to Last Place Lectures, presented by Sucking at Fantasy Football.
All right. I'm recording. Okay. Welcome back. Happy June, even though it's May. Recording this early. So I'm going to be up in Alaska. Yeah. All right. This is John's month. He wanted me to outline a couple conspiracy theories, or he said I could either dive deep on one or outline a couple. I decided to outline a couple. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. I don't know. I feel I probably could have done a little bit more research, but hey, this is what I found. We'll go from there. I'm on like my third cup of coffee, so hopefully I don't have to go to the bathroom in the middle of this. I also just want to put it out there that John was really in favor of the 2020 election being fraudulent, and he was really passionate about that and really wanted me to do that. But I was like, I don't know, John, you seem really, really passionate about this, so I think, maybe you could do your own research on that. But, take what you believe. But John, certified denier of the 2020 election. Just want to put that out there. All right. The first one that I'm going with is the movement that birds aren't real and that birds are fake. And which I'm currently in Julie's apartment, and if some pigeons come by, I'll show you, but her apartment is just littered with pigeons. It's actually crazy. And it's kind of scary because they're on her little porch or balcony, and I just know that they're looking in on her daily life and sometimes my daily life, and the government is recording me. And it's just crazy to think that there's all these birds out there that are recording everyday lives of Americans and sending back their intel to the government. So yeah, the belief behind this is that sometime between 1959 and 1971, which is quite the gap, we believe as truthers that the U.S. government culled all real living birds and replaced them with fake drones that can record and take in data of what's going on in the real world. And, well, you may ask, my third bullet point here, how do they charge if they're drones? Well, why do you see birds on power lines all the time and other electrical outlets? They're recharging. You think a bird would really sit on a power line if it wasn't a drone? Why wouldn't it sit in a tree? Yeah, sure, some birds sit in trees, but there's probably power outlets in those trees as well. But birds on power lines are 100% being charged to go out and take in information from your daily lives. And this started by a college student, Peter McNody, in 2017. So watch out for those birds. It's really scary. Okay. All right, moon landing, also fake AF. So we all know that the moon landing was staged in order to win, this space race that was going on at the time. The space race mainly between the Soviet Union and the United States. Maybe China, I don't know. Probably China was probably in there with the race as well. Yeah, it was fake. Evidence in the photos, there were little to no stars present in any of the photos taken from the moon landing. The flag that, the famous flag being planted in the moon isn't waving at all. Which you would think on the moon, that thing would be waving just like a waving flag, and then it goes back like that. That song, Fire Song, that's an NBA 2K11 soundtrack, if you guys didn't know, waving flag. But yeah, no waving flag in any of the photos or videos. And then lastly, the shadows in the photos taken, like shadows of the flag or shadows of like beaming off of the astronauts themselves, go in all these different directions, and that's clearly caused because of studio lights. If you were to put an astronaut up on Mars and just take a picture of them, obviously it's going to cast a normal shadow like it would here on Earth. But instead, they were taking photos of astronauts in a studio, probably in LA or Hollywood or wherever, and they were getting all these different lightings, and it was just going all different directions, not natural at all. So, moon landing. All right, this is one that really fires me up. Space lizards. So the belief behind these space lizards is that all of these like piece of shit billionaire, world leader, like mega people of power are all fake, as I put it, shape-shifting reptilians from another world or dimension. So, Elon Musk, Trump, like the king and queen, they're definitely lizard people. I don't know what some other significant ones would be. Pretty much any billionaire and someone that is just famous for. Honestly, you could probably throw the Kardashians in there too. Like they're probably lizard people too. Tom Brady at times is looking like Tom Brady when he is on like the TV broadcast does not look like a real person. That dude looks like a reptilian, a shape-shifting reptilian, and there's no facts that could change my mind on that, and that's just true. And this theory was created in the 90s by a sports broadcaster, David Icke. And the evidence to this is that these lizards look non-human. Like Brady in some of those looks, he looks like a robot. Like it's crazy, but they look scaly and they have these different deformities in photos and videos on their body. Yeah, I know, like Elon Musk, he more so just looks like he looks like a space lizard, obviously because he is, but in general, he just kind of has like the face of like a gecko, like the Geico gecko, who's obviously a animated lizard, looks more human-like than a lot of these space lizards, and it's really concerning. And thankfully, living in La Crosse, like I don't really see a lot of these space lizards in person, but it would be pretty fascinating to get to see a space lizard in the flesh, or should I say, in the scale, because that's what they're made of, scales, not human flesh. So, space lizards. All right, very popular one, Illuminati, which honestly, I mean, I guess a couple of these I didn't really know any of the background history, but like the Illuminati, I didn't even know. I had no idea what it was, and I'm still honestly a little confused. But essentially, it was like a shitty elite group of people. They are out there controlling the world's finances and everything that runs behind the scenes. So, like the media we consume and the government systems that we elect, they're all in it together. They're all, a little clique. They are looking to establish a new world order, which I don't really know what that means, and I couldn't really find an answer that I understood. I think it's, it's their world order. It's the order that they, this elite group of people want to have be run. But I couldn't really find what that order was. I assume it's just in order to benefit them, which, they're all rich and posh anyways, so probably just running their little posh world. Yeah. in 1776, a real group called the Order of Illuminati was formed in Bavaria. They were a group of Enlightenment thinkers advocating for secularism and free thought. So there was an actual group called the Order of Illuminati that was, actively running in Bavaria. So that was like Germany, like the German border, in 1776. So a long time ago. But yeah, they were a group that was advocating for New World Order, you could say, I think. And then there's also signs all over pop culture that feed into this New World Order, like the little triangle on the dollar bill, which I'll get into later, kind of. Okay, so that's that. All right, now we're gonna get into the rebuttals of what people say. People that they're like, these are just conspiracy theories. You're an idiot. Here's my rebuttal as to why. So these are people that John hates. John's like, I want to fight these guys. So the rebuttal against the fake birds is that it's a satirical take of internet conspiracy theories. So essentially, this McNody guy, he was running this as an experiment, more or less, to be like, hey, look how easy it is for these stupid people to believe that birds aren't actually real. He's like, I'm just gonna go with this and see if I can see how many people can jump on this bandwagon believing that birds aren't real. And he eventually broke character to explain that it was a way to just make fun of how stupid people are to believe of online conspiracy theories. That's what people are saying, including the guy himself. But take it with a grain of salt. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is the moon landing one. I don't know why my header went wrong. Whatever. Okay. So this is the rebuttal for the moon landing. People are saying that we've brought back, almost or over 840 pounds of moon rocks, and that if indeed it were fake, the Soviet Union would have been the first to call it out because they were the ones that were, with us in the race to the moon, and they allegedly had never called us out. It was just people, back in the States being like, it was fake. But also the moon rocks, you were telling me they can't find rocks that look like moons in Utah? Like Utah is basically the moon. I'm pretty sure that's where Martian was shot or some of it. So that's my rebuttal to the rebuttal. In terms of the shadows, I read online that there are 3 different light sources on the moon. There's the sun, the earth, and then the moon's surface itself, which I guess is way more radiant or way more reflective than the earth's surface. So that is reasoning as to why the shadows would be all out of out of whack and whatnot, because of those 3 sources of light. I don't know, whatever. You're telling me shadows don't work on the moon like they do in the US. I can tell you where they don't work correctly, and that's a studio where they can make anything happen. And then lastly, people are saying that in order to pull this off, they would have had to have paid off roughly 400,000 government employees, which is crazy. That's so many people. That's a lot of people. But come on, they probably just killed all of them, right? Let's be honest. If they really wanted to get this done, they probably just killed all 400,000 people to make it work. But yeah, that's the moon landing. All right, the lizard people, the deniers of the lizard people, say that these glitches are just standard video blemishes that happen when you're recording. I mean, I'm sure my recording looks perfectly fine right now. This is a a super nice computer from 2015. and there's no way it looks like I'm like glitching at all or anything. So I don't know. I don't really buy that take. And they also say that biologically, there's zero evidence of non-human DNA in some of these, world leaders and billionaires, which I won't believe until I see DNA tests from every single one of them. I want to know that Elon Musk is not that he's 0% lizard. When I see 0% lizard, then I'll believe this. So, and then the Illuminati rebuttal is that the original group, which that was factual, the original group in Bavaria was banned by the government in 1785, and the whole group just blew up and was no longer a group. There's no evidence of a single unified group pulling every lever of human history since the 18th century. Yeah, so that was one of they were saying that they were messing with history, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. And then, yeah, a lot of these like signs that you see in pop culture apparently were created by beat writers as just like bits, essentially. Like the Illuminati and the dollar that has nothing to do with the group at all, the original group. It has to do with, I don't know, some metaphoric, reasoning with the United States or something like that. So, but hey, New World Order. That's what I have to say. All right, popular conspiracy theory people. So those are like some of the top popular conspiracy theories. And some that I like didn't get to were 9/11, 2020 election. What are some others? The birds aren't real one I thought was funny. It's fun. I feel like moon landing, Illuminati are the top. But yeah, so other popular conspiracy theory people, Alex Jones, he's like the InfoWars guy. He has been like a long time 9/11, I believe, moon landing, Sandy Hook guy, which is crazy. Whatever. John Stoll, fellow friend, crackhead, election denier, fits perfectly with all these people. Really nice guy though, so never don't shun all of these conspiracy theory people. Alex Jones, you could probably shun. That guy's kind of a piece of shit, but John Stoll's great. I would grab a beer with him anytime. I think a lot of you would say the same. Tyler Hero, this is one that I newly found out about actually. He in like a Twitch stream, which I don't know what these NBA players specifically, like Jaylen Brown just went on a Twitch stream after he lost in the playoffs and was like, "This was the best season of my life." Like, what are you? Just don't go on Twitch streams and start talking. Just go on Twitch streams and play your video games. I don't know. Just get some further shit, I think. But Tyler Hero went on this Twitch stream a year or two ago, and he said he said, "I don't believe in history." And he said he doesn't believe like Christopher Columbus having contact with like the New World or whatever. He doesn't believe Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. There was another one. I could look, whatever. Yeah. So Tyler Hero, low-key a conspiracy theory, I guess. A conspiracy theorist, I guess. Probably his time that he spent in Kentucky, they probably like the water down there is probably filled with something. Mike Lindell, that's the My Pillow guy. I believe he's from St. Cloud, Minnesota. He was a big like election, COVID. COVID really pissed him off. He really hated COVID. Yeah, My Pillow guy. He's a crazy cat. Yeah, that guy. And then obviously like QAnon, that's the popular Buffalo Head dudes, storming the Capitol. But they've got deeper stuff too. I think like, other conspiracy theory things. But yeah, those 5. I mean, talk about like basketball. Like if you were to have a starting five of, I guess QAnon isn't one singular person, but say take the Buffalo Head guy, you know, the guy that had the big Buffalo Head storming the Capitol on January 6th. Like this would probably be my conspiracy theory starting five. I don't know if we're going 5-on-5 a pickup game. Like I don't know who's beating us, honestly. Yeah. But that's it. I've been going for 21 minutes, so I've got to fill in some other stuff here. Maybe I will dive deeper on some more theories, and I will get back to you guys. All right. All right, we're back. Oh, excuse me. That's probably a chemtrail that made me sneeze. All right. Did a just very brief little searches here, try to get a couple more minutes out of this thing. I'm sorry. This has been not my best one so far, but hopefully you guys got some laughs out of it. But yeah, all right. 9/11. Inside job choreographed by the U.S. to justify, going to war in the Middle East. There's evidence that there was insider trading prior to the attacks. The one tower didn't fall from impact of the plane. It just, tipped over magically. The attacks at the Pentagon, I believe, people say they were inconsistent, yada, yada, yada. The rebuttal is actually Al-Qaeda they were the bad guys, and they had this shit plotted out for a very long time, and they really wanted to attack us, and they did. And they were pretty thorough on it. And the tower falling out from impact, that was because it was from fire damage, and it tipped over because it was burning inside. I think that's what I read. I was actually watching a really good documentary on what's that series called on Netflix? They did one on like the Vietnam War, the Cold War, and then the like war on terrorism, and they talk about 9/11 and then like our defense strategies after that. It was really interesting. But yeah, crazy, not fake. Next one. Chemtrails. That just made me sneeze. People believe that airplane contrails are chemicals sprayed for population control, weather manipulation, and mind control. The only one there that would like potentially be legit, I feel like, would be like population control. Like maybe what they're spraying is making people sick and die, but I don't think it's maybe mind control is making them go crazy. Weather manipulation, that doesn't make sense at all. Like the little chemtrail that they're spitting out is gonna manipulate the weather. I don't know. I mean, I guess like what's it gonna do? It's gonna like all of a sudden make it rain. Is that how it works? Not sure. Rebuttal is it's actually just harmless water vapor trails that these planes put off. Yeah. Flat earthers. Crazy. They believe scientists hide everything, and that if you look at the horizon, it actually looks flat. I mean, I don't know what you have to do. Like, I don't even people way back when say that, they believe the earth was flat, in like the 1300s. Do you not look up? They had telescopes. Like, one, do you not look up at the moon and the sun, and you see that it's round? And then they had telescopes. Like, they could probably see some other planets, and they not see that they're round. It's not just like this box laying in space. Yeah, that's crazy. I guess you could add Kyrie to the conspiracy theory list. I guess he was, I think he was like a flat earther. Still is, maybe, I don't know. I forgot he was totally out this entire season, essentially, with a torn Achilles. Wonder how he's going to be next year. It'll be interesting. All right. Area 51. Yeah. Witness reports of aliens being seen at Area 51 in Nevada, which I have driven across the state of Nevada, and there is absolutely nothing. It is crazy. That is a desolate spot in the United States. Like, just nothing. There's, I guess it's like kind of mountainous in some areas, but other than that, it's just like, meh, you know? But yeah. Rebuttal, it's actually a test site for like high profile aircrafts. But yeah, I was gone, or the one summer there was like people were gonna like storm Area 51 or something. I don't know. I had no idea about it, and I came back and it was like a big meme. Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you on that one. Yeah, and then I guess back to the slide. Just yeah, my starting five. All right, this one's gonna be a little short, but yeah, kind of had to cram these two in before I head up. So I think this is a good compromise. I got June's done, May and June. July I'm not going to have out on time because I'm going to be up there, and that's the one with Griff where we're going to do a football preview. To be honest, I don't know anything about our football team. Our quarterback is some transfer from like Old Dominion. That's about all I know. So I think it'll be better to do it in August even when I know a little bit more, and that'll be like a true preview. So no video July. I'll post July's in August. So in August you'll get two, because in May you got two. So, and if you don't like it, I don't really care. So I'm doing it. I feel like I've done a good job at staying on top of this. So fuck you guys. But alrighty. Hope everyone has a good summer. I'll see ya in August. Alright. I've got like 3 more minutes, so I'm just going to ramble on for the next 3 minutes so that you guys don't ding me for being under 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm just going to go crazy. But, how about the Wild? I turned on the game last night. They're up 3-0 against Colorado. Game 5. They're up 3-0 in the second. And then Colorado scored a goal, so it's 3-1. Turned the game off, watched some basketball, turned it back over, and they lost in double overtime, single overtime, 4-3. Crazy. I actually like the Wild. I like the T-Wolves too. I mean, it looks like the Spurs are going to take care of them and end the series soon, but that sucks. I feel bad for you guys. I really do. But hey, you guys got Kyler, so watch out, right? You never know. Kyler could be him. Hyler, Himmy Hyler. Kyler, Himothy Murray. Yeah, damn. I don't know how the Loons did. Poor Loons. I'll never forget that game we watched in college where they blew like a 3-0 lead. That was crazy. Bucks suck. They didn't even do good in the lottery. The Brewers started off hot. They seem to be doing kind of crappy. We just had the draft not too long ago. We drafted a kicker. He's got a cool last name, Smack, I think. That's pretty awesome. We only drafted like 6 players. Whatever. I'm hopeful. Jordan Love, make it or break it season. Got a show. Yeah, Wisconsin football kind of set at the end. I don't know. Griff will have to do a little. I'm going to have to do some research. Maybe we can talk about other sports too. We can talk about basketball and stuff. Sounds like you're going to be working for Perdon't, which is awesome. Congrats, Griff. Per shouldn't, per can't, per won't. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Working for Purdue. Per don't, per can't, per shouldn't, per won't. Wisconsin plays in Lambeau tickets are kind of pricey from what someone said earlier, but that'll be cool. That should be fun. I think that should be enough time almost.